Welcome to our trigonometry series. Today, we are going to master the concept of inverse sine. This is the key operation you need when you know the sides of a triangle, but you need to find the missing angle. Before we dive in, let's quickly review the standard sine function. Remember CAHTOA. Sine is equal to the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. In the standard function, we input an angle, like 30 degrees, and the function gives us a ratio, like 0.5. But what happens when we have the opposite problem? Imagine you have the measurements for the sides of a triangle, but the angle is unknown. We know that sine of theta equals 0.5, but we need to extract that angle theta. We need a way to undo the sine function. In mathematics, we write this inverse operation in two common ways. The first is sine with a -1 superscript. It is important to know that this -1 is not an exponent. It does not mean 1 divided by sine. The second way, often used in computer science, is arcsin. Both mean exactly the same thing. Think of these functions as machines. The sine machine takes an angle as input and produces a ratio. The inverse sine machine does the exact reverse. It takes the ratio as input and outputs the original angle. They are perfect opposites. Let's look at a concrete example. Here we have a right-angled triangle. We know the opposite side is 3 and the hypotenuse is 5. First, we set up our ratio. 3 divided by 5 is 0.6. To find theta, we take the inverse sine of 0.6. This gives us approximately 36.87 degrees. There is one very important rule to remember. You can only take the inverse sine of a number between -1 and +1. If you try to calculate the inverse sine of 2, your calculator will give you an error. This is because the hypotenuse is always the longest side, so the ratio can never be greater than 1. To calculate this on a standard scientific calculator, you usually cannot just press the sine button. You need to access the secondary functions. Look for a shift or second button, press that, and then press sine. You should see the sine -1 symbol appear on your screen. Why is this useful? Engineers use this all the time. For example, building a wheelchair ramp. If you know the ramp must rise 1 meter and the ramp length is 12 meters, you can use inverse sine to calculate the angle of inclination to ensure it meets safety standards. To wrap up, remember that sine takes an angle to give a ratio, while inverse sine takes a ratio to find an angle. Always check that your input is between -1 and 1, and don't forget to use the shift key on your calculator. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.